live from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York City. His YouTube channel, No Comrades Left Behind. He's got a book. He's here to tell us his story. It's a real story. That's why I said I had to do it. So, Joseph P. Langdon, please take them on the journey for what you come from and what you're doing currently, because that's what matters.
No doubt, no doubt. But you can't have the good without the ugly. So let's take it back to Brownsville for a minute. You heard? I started off from Brooklyn, New York, a young teen like the average dude in the hood, hustling, selling drugs, trying to survive, robbing, using guns, because I was a product of my environment. And when I seen in that sandbox is what like made my reality. It was my perspective, the hood, grimy, fast money. Get it how you get it. Don't matter how you get it, by any means necessary. That's how we raised them from hood to hood, from Brooklyn to London hood. It don't matter what hood you're from. That's how I go down. So for me personally, I started off in juvenile, got locked up when I was 10, 11 years old, 12, 13, consistently going back and forth to jail, stealing, robbing, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Went to group homes, foster homes, all of these different things that people in urban America are faced with every day. So
Yes,
from
sir.
there, it went from juvenile to man's prison. But I was already programmed from juvenile. That's how they get us. They program us from juvenile to be able to accept the oppression without like without even resisting it. We just accept it, right? So I
Yeah.
was one of those. So long story short, in 1998, I was incarcerated for armed bank robbery and for attempted murder, which got dropped down to felonious assault, which is just a lesser degree of attempted murder. I was given 15 years for the armed bank robbery and 7 years for the felonious assault, aka malicious wounding, for those who may speak it in a different language because it has different codes in different states. However, that's a total of 22 years. I was 19 years old. And at the age of 19, you don't really know too much. You think you know everything because I explored the world. I was one of those adventurous type of guys. Like, I'll go in any hood, you know what I'm saying? Hustle in any hood because I was good with communicating with people. Even at a
Yeah.
young age, I was always good with networking and things like that. Didn't know what I had until later on in life. So I would say, like, I was like the typical teenager smoking weed, shooting dice, shooting guns, robbing, what you see in the hood. And like I said, I was sentenced to 22 years, man. It was like, whoa, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, what do you tell your mom and your brothers and sisters that you were just sentenced to 22 years at the age of 19? More time sentenced than I actually did in my life. You feel what I'm saying? So it was horrific for me and my family. So like I said, I've been to 14 institutions in that 22 years, from state to state, from Virginia to Ohio, from Ohio back to Virginia, back to New York, just traveling through the system. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is juvenile is New York, adults is different states, and then you continuously grow and grow and grow and do more crimes. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You just leave a trail of crimes. You don't rehabilitate because you don't even know how to do that. So when I was in jail, I had to go through brutal things, riots, all types of violence. Had to stab people to survive. You know what I'm saying? It's all in my book. I speak about these things and I show it in black and white because I don't want to like publicize it or nothing like that. But I have to give you the raw details of what goes on in prison because I spent 22 long years in there. And there's a lot of things that people don't know about prison that I explain to them and what it is, like how they make money off of us in there, how our families are victimized, like with high expensive commissary, which is like food products that you buy from the prison, expensive phone calls, visits 4, 5, 6, 10 hours away from your family. So there's a whole bunch of things that goes along with being a criminal that a lot of young guys out there don't know. And I lived it, and I mean
Yeah.
breathed it. And I want to come out here and let y'all know what it is, man, because it's a trap. It's $1 billion industry, and you are the product. Every time you go to jail, every time you go to prison, every time you get a state number, what happens is you pay the judges, the lawyers, the prosecutors, children's college tuition. And what you get? a box, what they call a jail cell. So you get it. So I just wanted to like explain to y'all in the most simplistic way how you could change your life even right now. You don't even have to go to prison to change your life. You can look at yourself right now in the mirror and say, hey man, it's time for a change. And that's the message. You know what I'm saying? You could be the hardest of hardest, because I was one of them. I was in prison for 22 years. What do you think happened to me? However, I took that experience and changed my way of thinking and said, hey, I ain't got to sell crack. I could sell books. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is my book, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been out for
That's what
90 days.
yeah, but that's what made me, even consider something like this. It's because it's telling people you can
Mm-hmm.
go from the darkest of darkness and still
Yeah.
live. But that's only through the grace of God. That's all that
Grace of
is.
God, man. For sure. For sure.
So
So,
continue to tell your story because, like I said, I knew that it was a big time story, and you
yeah,
never know who I got on this page.
for sure.
There are movie editors and all kinds of stuff on this thing, so
Sure.
just keep telling your
Sure.
story. You never know.
So with that being said, I sat in jail. I broke all the rules while I was in jail. So I must confess that because I was the type of guy that didn't want to be oppressed. I hated being told what to do in a way where it was like making me feel like a less of a man. And that's what they did to me, and it made me feel like a less of a man. So the only way I was able to stay in tune with reality was to break their rules, but not in a way where it was disrespectful, but in a way where, hey, I needed to use a cell phone. Everybody else got one in the world. Hey, he's on, Facebook. I want to get up there too. He's on, what I'm saying? I wanted to be a part of life. I didn't want to come out here and be left behind in the 90s. So I took the proper steps while I was incarcerated. Of course, I was in a hole for 5 years for a lot of violence and gang violence and things of that nature. And it took me a while for me to fully develop and really understand what was going on to me. It took me a long time to realize that I was a hostage. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from Brownsville. And if you look at Brownsville, it looked like prison. You know what I'm saying? So the transition from prison from Brownsville was smooth because
Yeah,
we was already in the prison. You know what I'm saying? With gates and stuff like that, right? So while I was in there in the hole, my brother told me one day, like, hey man, you need to write a book, man. My brother Natural said, hey, you need to write a book, man. You got a story. And I really never thought about it. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna take him up on his offer. And I challenged myself. 4 years and I had left on my bed. So 2017, I sat in my cell and I wrote this book. I held this book for 4 years until I walked out of prison. September 18, 2020, I was released from prison. From that day, I started my own business, Joseph P. Langdon Enterprise, professional speaker. I'm here to speak to the youth. I'm here to speak to the people. I'm here to let y'all know what goes on, the graphic, horrific, painful experience of prison. It's right
yeah,
here. So I started this business to share this with y'all. I had to give it to somebody. I couldn't hold it in because it was therapeutic for me to share this story with y'all. Then I also started selling t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to sell crack anymore. I don't want to sell heroin. I don't want to sell dope. I want to change my way of thinking all the way around the board. So I started, selling t-shirts and things like that, you know. 90 days out, y'all. Y'all need to go buy my book. If you have sons, if you have daughters, you have people in jail, this story is a true story of what goes on in jail. And I promote it with the most horrific details and violence in it for the simple fact that you have to know what goes on in it. Everybody can't make it through 22 years like me. Not because you're not built like that, but sometimes, situation causes you to go crazy. And I've seen a lot of people go crazy in there. I speak about it. I've seen a lot of police brutality. A lot of dudes come in there juveniles and get life, never come home.
yeah. Of
So my
course.
book, From the Sandbox to the Cell Block, is a true testament of my story, how I started off a young, ignorant dude in the streets to becoming a political prisoner, to becoming one who's out here trying to save the youth, trying to reform those who come out so I can show them the process of how you become successful after jail. Like I said, I only been out 90 days. And I need y'all support. See, we need y'all support in the hoods. We need y'all support in, America, period, because it's mass incarceration going on. And it's people like me that you invest in, so I can invest in the people that's coming home after me, so I can show them the way, so they don't have to be criminals no more. You know what I'm saying? Hustling just doesn't mean crack or dope. I'm selling hope right now, and I hope y'all can invest in me so I can keep doing what I do. 90
Not
days,
selling
man.
dope.
Look at my
You're selling
story.
hope.
I'm selling hope. I'm not selling dope, man. I'm selling hope, you know? And we have to show people out there that we can invest in the village, because we have to take the village so we can build the village. And people from prison are coming out of prison back into the village. You know what I'm saying? So you need people like me to show a testament, a true experience that I actually did it, and you can do it too. You can do it too. And that's what we're talking about right now. We're trying to save the youth from incarceration. We're trying to change the legislations. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of things going on. My YouTube station, No Comrades Left Behind. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have a lot of things going on, you know, and we're trying to like build on that, you know? Real talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed. I don't know if you know, but Meek Mills is really into the helping with the reform of people that have been put in there for smaller and lesser crimes. So hats off to Meek Mill for even taking the
For
time, because
sure.
you got to
Peace, Meek.
still take the time. You got to take that
Yeah,
time to actually still do it.
for
And
sure.
one of the admirable things that you're actually doing is that you're explaining it the way it's supposed
Yeah,
to be explained, to let kids
indeed.
know you do not want to go there, because
You do not
after
want to
you
go
read
there.
this book, you should be a changed person.
Yes,
Because
indeed.
we already know a hard head make a soft behind, and that's what
Yes,
can
indeed.
happen just that fast. So go ahead and keep telling people about your journey leading up to tell a couple of graphic stories.
See,
You know,
like when I first got to prison, right? I didn't really understand the dynamics of it. So when I got in there, I seen a couple guys I knew. There was weed in there was drinks, there was ladies, like real ladies. And so I got comfortable real quick, because I seen the same things I seen in my neighborhood in prison. Got to get high, I got to drink, things like that, right? So what happens is that'll blind you from the 10-year, 20-year, 30-year sentence that you got, because there's so many things in there that you can do, video games, and they do that on purpose, because they know what we like. They know we like video games, so they put video games in there for you. They know you like music, so they put J players in there with music on it. You can stream everything, but guess what? You got to pay for everything. They don't tell you that when you go to jail. They tell you that, yo, your family, your hood, whatever, they're gonna look out for you, but yo, that's not really the truth. You're gonna have some people that look out for you, and there's gonna be a lot of people that disappoint you, you know, and you're gonna be in that lonely, dark cell, like, damn, this can't be life. So when I was in there, I already knew at like 22 years I was gonna have to stab somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like off top, I was not playing. I was 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? Light skin, skinny, typical thing that they say about uh, booty bandits. Like look at, you know what I'm saying? So I went in there already crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already in juvenile and things like that. So I already knew, how to, get down. So I had to stab quite a few people. It's in my book, you know, and I explain it from a point of view like this, not because we're promoting violence, right? But what we're promoting is honesty. You know what I'm saying? We're promoting honesty, and I'm being honest with the people right now. And what I'm trying to explain to them is this: I wasted 22 years of my life in there, right? But I did do those
yeah,
crimes, though. I did rob that bank, and I did shoot that guy, right? So I'm being honest. First step: hold yourself accountable for whatever you do. So while I was in there, I already knew I was in there, and I already knew to get me a knife. And I got the biggest one they had on the market. Just being honest, because I was afraid. And in 2003, like 3 or 4 years after I was incarcerated, one of my best friends got murdered in there. Yeah, and I was just with him. So it was serious in there. You know what I'm saying? People was dying in there. And I said, I already got 22 years. That's a life sentence. I'm not gonna die in here and can't hug my mom again, hug my sisters again and my family again. I can't go out like that. But guess what else? I got beat by police. I've been sprayed with pepper spray. I've been in race riots. You know what I'm saying? I've been stabbed. You see what I'm saying? I did the stabbing, you know? And I say
Well,
this to y'all
that
out
was
there because I
probably
know y'all
self.
can look in my
That's
eyes,
self
man.
defense though. That's self
Oh,
defense.
it was always in self-defense. It was always in self-defense because you have to understand when I went to prison, I was always a good person. I was just involved with bad things, right? So when I got in there, my only understanding was to survive,
Yeah,
right? To
that's what the
survive.
word. You was on survival mode.
Survival mode. And guess what? You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option. You never know what you would do to survive. You don't know. Until you're put in that situation where your back is against the wall and you see a light flash before your eyes, and that will make you do some things that necessarily you might not want to do, but you gotta do. And I had to do it. I spent 5 years in segregation. For those who don't know what that is, that's when you're locked in the box for 23 hours in one, and you only come out for 1 hour of recreation. My mom used to come see me like that. It killed her. She see me all chained up. She couldn't even touch me or hug me or love me the way she wanted to. It traumatized my family, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all little shorties out there. When you pick up that hammer, I ain't trying to be like a preacher or nothing like that. You know, I'm just trying to reach y'all. Y'all got that from me. Salute to Philly, you heard? You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I'm just trying to use some real talk, real talk, real talk. And the real talk is this, right? If you're gonna commit crimes, right? Three things you better have. You better have a lawyer. You better have commissary, a whole lot of commissary, because you're gonna need it, and you better have bail money, right? And what that means is all the hustling you're doing, you're investing it back into the system because you're going to go to jail,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So open your minds and learn a new hustle. You're just one idea from being rich. One idea, just one idea. And I thought about all this stuff while I was in prison. When I was at war every day, I said to myself, I'm going to come home and I'm going to shine my light on the earth, on the world. And I'm going to let them know what's going on with mass incarceration. People going to prison for things they didn't even do. And the system knows it. I've been in prison with Malvo, you know, like the sniper Malvo. I was in there with him, lead boy Malvo. And I was also in the prison with John Muhammad, right? And guess what? Them dudes was getting more love than the people who didn't commit crimes like that. It's crazy how the world looks at things, man. But yo, it was serious in there, man. Like I said, man, everything I had to do was just to survive. And my story is to explain that to y'all that I was in the streets for real. And if I can make it and come out of prison 90 days later with a book and a professional license that's speaking, I'm talking to y'all in the hood, little shorty in the hood right now, think about what they gonna do tomorrow. Little
Yeah, well, they
shorty in the
need to
hood, think
hear that
about
story
man.
because there is
Yeah,
some
man,
kids out there that is in that frame of mind where they just don't know
for sure.
what really goes on. And maybe they was looking at the movies, but even in the movies, it shows you some graphic things that go on. So it's not like they don't have no idea, but it's
Yeah,
different
yeah,
when you in the trenches, and that's what you're explaining.
yeah.
You was there, um,
Yes.
but you did have to um, admit uh, of
Mm-hmm.
the things you've done, and a lot of people don't
Mm-hmm.
understand you have to do that because you'll just sit back and keep
Yeah.
thinking, I don't think that really happened, but it did,
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes. Oh
but
yeah, it happened to me
I
for a
feel for
long
the
time,
people
for a long time.
yeah, but I feel for the people that get
Mm-hmm.
falsely accused
Yeah, yeah.
because just imagine if
That's a sad
you
story.
just said it, you was in there with people that was falsely accused and you knew it
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
can kind of
yeah,
hear the sincerity
yeah,
in people
yeah, yeah.
conversation than
Yes, indeed. We
talking
know what's
about
going on.
somebody, yeah, than talking about somebody you know who's about it. What they say is
Yeah, like
about
my guy
that
Deacon
life.
Cleve, he just came home.
Yeah,
Yeah, my guy Deacon Cleve, he just came home. You know what I'm saying? He was given life sentence. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
he was You know what I'm saying? And fortunately for him, he had inspiration and hope. His wife was there for him, and he made it through and was just recently released. You know what I'm saying? So praise God for him on that one, right? You know what I'm saying? Then my guy Gary Smalls, he's in prison, been in prison for 23 years. You know, and everybody know he didn't commit that crime. So you know what I'm saying? These are true testimonies of what's going on, man. And like I said, the system is designed like this is to get you from the sandbox when you're an infant, from a shorty, when you hear them gunshots in the hood and you think that's impressive. You see dudes in the hood with cars, but guess what? They don't last long. You know what I mean? Writing books, you can live forever. Even if I just like died tomorrow, guess what? I left a legacy. And my legacy wasn't just a person that was in prison again. So that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to change your legacy, change the stories, man, and support my book, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to my, my channel, man. No Comrades Left Behind on YouTube, man. We doing big things, man. We trying to spread the word, man. Thank you for the comrade giving me his platform, man, so I can spread this word to y'all because he know how effective the stories was, man. We could change the world. And you could still be
Yeah.
fly, you could still be swagged out, dripped out, and all that, and still
Yeah.
get legal money, though. You feel me? Don't get it
You
twisted. You still can get
can
legal money and still be fly.
definitely get that. You can definitely get that.
Yes, indeed, man.
Okay, so what's the name of the book again?
Yo, the name of my book is From the Sandbox to the Cell Block, a story of struggle, oppression, and redemption, man. It's on Amazon. You can get it from Kindle. You can get the paperback. It's on the menu, man. I've been out here 90 days. I need y'all support out there, man, so I don't have to go back to jail. And I can show the comrades behind me and in front of me how you do it. But it takes a village, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, no comrades left behind. One Way Entertainment. What's up, my guy Lou Dollars, man? What's up, brother, man? You know what I'm saying? And we doing it, man. Go check us out, man. We doing big things for y'all, man. We trying to change the perception of what jail is, because guys coming out talk about how fly jail is, and guess what? Ain't nothing fly about jail, my guy. Ain't nothing fly about
Yeah.
that when you caged in and held hostage for decades. You know what I'm saying? You see
Yeah.
your children grow up before your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Then you just in there, a
And then
slave. You
you
don't want
gotta
that, man. So support us,
exactly,
man.
exactly.
No
So
doubt, brother, man.
Joseph P. Langdon,
No doubt.
live. We're live from. He's from Brownsville,
Live.
Brooklyn, New York. His YouTube
Brownsville,
channel.
Brooklyn. What's up, yo?
His YouTube channel is No Comrades Left Behind. He's got his movement. He's 90 days out, literally, from
90
a
days out,
22
y'all.
year
Literally.
from a 22-year sentence, and he had to
Real, bro.
survive. But guess what? He had a revelation while he was in
No
there,
doubt.
and he
No
came out
doubt. No
to
doubt.
change
Yeah,
the
no
way
doubt.
he was completely. All right, so we're
No
gonna
doubt.
sign off. Make sure you
Yeah.
you
Can I
you
give a shout out
support.
to my girl? Can I give a shout out to my girl, man? Hey,
Yeah,
baby.
go ahead.
I know
Of
you get mad
course.
at me sometimes, but you know I love your girl. So those who know me and my girl, I love my baby, y'all. You feel me?
Yeah.
One Way Entertainment, that's my man's, man. One Way Entertainment TV, man. Little Dollars, look them up, man. We out here. You know what I mean? No comrades left behind, y'all. Go cop my book, man. We need the support.
All
We
right,
need the
y'all.
love, man.
You heard it from one of the best, Joseph L. Langdon, Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. YouTube channel, No Comrades Left Behind. Get that book. Support a brother. He's 90 days. He's right out. 90 days in,
90
and he put
days out,
all
man. Look what I did,
he,
man.
he published a book. He's got his own slogan. But the most important thing that he told me also is that he's an advocate in helping kids stay on track.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. So
That's
we
my
are out
goal.
of here.
That's my goal.
We are out of here. Joseph P. Langdon. It's the SL Digital
Peace,
Media
man.
Podcast. We got a couple more other people he's gonna be bringing on. It's gonna be real
For
crazy.
sure.
Be on the lookout.
Peace, man. Hold it down.